to Heart Snuggles. We're so happy you're here today. And as always, if you're enjoying these episodes, make sure to follow and leave a review and send to any friends that you think will love this. And for now, I brought a lovely, lovely teacher that was on my yoga training. She led an acro workshop for us 4 years ago now, which is crazy. So yeah, if you just want to give a little introduction of yourself, that'd be great.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sheryl, and I live and teach in Bali. I've been teaching at the Yoga Barn for a few years right now. I'm teaching various trainings, and Lexi did one of the training that I teach. Yeah, and yeah, right now I'm really focused teaching other than vinyasa. I'm focused teaching acro yoga and also Thai yoga massage.
So exciting. And how did you get into yoga?
I know yoga forever, yeah, because I come from, even though I born in Indonesia, but I come from Indian family. So my grandfather came to Indonesia from India. So I know yoga forever. Um, but mostly at home, my grandfather was only doing meditation and mantras and all these things. So and kirtan, So like I grew up doing this a lot. And then when I moved from Jakarta to Ubud, I start doing my asana practice. And from there, I'm just like stay in this path and until now. And I hope it's forever, like until I uh, leave this body. Yeah.
Yes, that's so cool that your grandpa introduced you to have a family of yogis. Wow.
Yeah.
And was
Even
he
until now, my father is 75 now, and he's still doing his headstand. Yeah.
wow, goes to show you. That's so cool. And do they live in India still or do they live in Bali?
They live here in Bali, yeah.
Yeah.
But my grandfather passed away when I was like super young.
Oh,
But his teaching and his wisdom stayed with me and my whole family forever.
so beautiful. That is so cool. And tell us about Thai massage.
Well, time is like, especially nowadays, because we're in the situation when we cannot really hug someone, we cannot really touch someone, but like actually touch is our first language. This is what we know, since we were in the womb. This is the language that we know. So fortunately here in Bali we still have this freedom to attend yoga classes, to have this freedom to touch, So we still run Thai yoga massage classes just to remind people how precious touch can be, Like I just read this facts about how many times we should hug people in a day to feel good, So this is what I love doing, sharing this like touch can be super powerful because my teacher always remind me of this quote of Thich Nhat Hanh saying, "One touch with deep awareness can travel everywhere." So, as you know, in yoga, we talk about koshas, 5 layers of the body. And in Thai massage, we bring that um, philosophy of we're not only able to touch the physical layer of the body that we can see, but we can also touch the energetic layer, even the emotional layer. And then this is what I love to share nowadays, because I just had 2 days workshops to just like
how this ancient healing practice can just um, bring you to other level of massage. Sometimes you can feel it's energizing, sometimes you can feel it's relaxing, so it's good. And also practice our present, practice our intention, and practice our attention. So yeah, this is what I love to do. Hopefully eventually I want to run the full trainings of this Thai yoga massage, and hopefully it's coming soon.
I will be there. That'd be awesome. And will you tell people what Thai massage is? Because I feel like a lot of people don't know, and it's so cool.
Okay, Thai massage actually a healing practice that comes from India, not from Thailand, and also this is a practice of meditation, because this practice come from the good friend of Buddha. So it comes for like 2,500 years ago. And yeah, it's part of their meditation practice, what they call the meditation in motion. But also it's like a sacred dance, because you dance, you communicate between two bodies, and it's just like amazing. And I know in the West, when I say like, oh, I'm teaching Thai massage, and then they have this bad connotation, and I was like, no, it's not like that. It's fully clothed practice. The receiver like really fully clothed, and it's just like really sharing your body weight, no oil involved in this practice. It's really go into your deeper layer in the body. Yeah.
Yeah, and it involves a lot of stretching. You like pull and do all these
Yeah.
cool things.
Yeah. And including with that, dynamic and static movement, to do like this little blood stop in the body, like when we like the hose, right? When we just like hold the hose, and then the water just like get in when we just like let it go, and then just like flushing all, the what we call it in Thai massage is the energetic pathways in the body, when we do this little blood stop, and it's just like making the pathways more flow, so that the chi in the body is freely flow.
Wow, that's so cool. So it kind of sounds a little bit like, is it at all tied with Chinese medicine?
It can, so we can combine it with traditional Chinese medicine. We can work with the meridian line with Chinese medicine, but in Thai massage itself, the energetic lines we call Sen line, yeah, and they have 10 major Sen line, which is in traditional Chinese medicine, they have 12. But in most important points, they meet. Yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
like the one like here, the lung point 1 and 2, this is one of the great point in the body to release if you feel sad, if like grieving that your shoulder curl in. Yeah, this is a good point to touch, to open that space, the lung
Will you
point.
will you explain where it is on the body for people listening?
Oh, it's just like we call it, it's the meeting of the pectoral muscle and the deltoid muscle. So it's a valley, the meeting of these two muscle, or it's just below your collarbone and the corner of your shoulder. It's like this. When you bring your arms down, you feel like there's a cavity there. Yeah, like there, a little bit down. Yeah, in, yes. And then when you bring your arms a little bit higher, you feel that cavity like close, yeah. And then when you bring your hands a little bit forward, you feel like, oh, there's more cavity. So there's the lung point 1 and 2 that we can touch if we feel sad or grief, yeah. Or if you see your friends sad or grief, maybe you can just like touch that area with a lot of love and intention that comes from your heart. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love that little extra bit of intention. It's like it's so powerful when we add that layer of just thinking of your hands being love and light and like touching with that. It makes such a big difference.
Yes. Yeah. It's just like another level, you know, because maybe it's only a simple technique, but then when you really putting all your energy, all your love, all your intention and present in that touch, it's just like super powerful.
Yeah. And speaking of feeling sad and stuff, you recently mentioned that you have lost a best friend.
Yeah. It's just like hard, you know, because in this situation, especially in Indonesia, in this past 1 month, I heard a lot, like lots of my friends that pass away because of COVID, and it make me feel like super sad, right? But in May, mid of May, my very best friend here in Bali, he decided to took his own life, uh, in a way that everyone just like super shocked, including me. Mm, and it was like crazy because we were supposed to meet for lunch, you know. And then I just had a call to inform me other way, you know, that I had to go and see his body. Yeah, it's just like something that uh, you know, in a way I understand. I try, okay, and until now I still try to understand his um, situation and why he did what he did, you know. But sometimes I still like, but why, you know? If only I had more time to talk to him. And, but then I know many of my friends say you couldn't do anything more because you were always there for him. And then even his family said that, like, no, Sheryl, like you were there for him all the time, and we knew it because he always told us, you know. But it's just like hard, something that is just like, oh my god, like why, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is my first, and I hope one and only experience of losing a friend, a best friend. I consider him like my brother, like this. And it's just like so hard. It takes like, maybe it takes me forever to heal from this wound. And actually, I think 2 days ago, I wake up and I feel like, am I in denial? You know, feeling that I'm okay with the situation, but actually I'm not okay. Uh, and I don't know, you know, like I don't even know, but maybe I am in denial, like saying that, oh yeah, I'm okay. He's not here. But every time, in every conversation with my other best friend, we always brought him up, you know, because we spent a lot of time together, especially in this COVID period. Because at one moment, you know, like I've known him for 7 years, right? And as much as we spend a lot of time together, but during the COVID from April last year, we spend more time together because at one point we meet every single day. We sat together for hours, you know? So it's not like our normal Ubud life, you know, when there's a lot of friends coming, there's a lot of activities, we all busy with our own things. No, so the past, I don't know, like 13 months, it's always like, you know, like constant meeting and then talk and learn about other things together because I learned Spanish from him, you know. So it's just like intense, and we had a conversation. I asked him like, "What do you say it's in Spanish?" and all these things, right? So yeah, it's just like something that hard, like really hard, and you know, in he didn't leave any message, like no letter, nothing like this, you know. And a night before we still chat saying like, okay, tomorrow we have lunch together, like yeah, it's just like so fast. And yeah, and actually he found right away by his housemate, but then yeah, they couldn't save him. Yeah.
It's so hard. Grief is so confusing, and there's so many emotions that come, and like I felt all those things that you felt. Like it's so normal to be like I could have done more, like, you know, and then
Yeah.
feeling the denial, and it's just so confusing. And that's extra hard that like you guys spent so much time together and you were unaware. Like it's like, how
Yeah.
did I not know this, you know? And you feel
Yeah.
guilty, and you know, it's so hard.
Yeah, I was like even talk to his brother. I said like, hey, maybe I'm not a good friend, you know, like I'm not a, like good enough. And he was like, no, don't think about that. But then yeah, I feel like that, you know, because I know his condition, I know how depressed he was, but we just like, I don't know, me and my other friend, we try to just like, no, like, but you're so uh, um, you know, like fortune to stay here in Bali to have these beaches and mountains, you know, all these things, right? But he couldn't see that way, and for me and my friend, at one point, we couldn't understand him, you know. But then we just like, okay, we try to understand him and then start to be okay with him, because I've been with him, like I like his first episode in Bali, I was with him, you know. And so I know it's nothing to do with there's people or there's work or there's, you know, all these things that maybe we think, oh, people got depressed because coffee, no one, no work, no this, no this. But for him it's different level, because I was with him when everything was great, you know, when every like he had another episode when we had a vacation together, you know, we went to Australia together, and he had this like anxiety depression attack. And I was like, but come on, like we're having our holiday together, you know, we have supposed to have fun, you know. But yeah, like I learned a lot from him, and then now I become more aware of how important mental health is, you know. Now like if my friends just like I saw something about like, oh, I feel depressed, I like contact my friend like, hey, listen, like I'm here, I can listen, you know, like giving this support to other friends that make me feel I can give back to him with helping others, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful gift. It's like the hardest way ever to learn that gift, but
Yeah.
at least you can give that, because mental health is so important. And it's just so crazy how, yeah, it's like it's so hard to understand what's happening in someone else's mind. And yeah, it's like you did your best, but if someone's not, like, yeah, if they can't get out of it, then they can't get out of it, and we have no control. And it's just so sad, because we never want to see that happen to anyone.
Yeah. 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 I was like, no way, this is not the way, because I feel that maybe he when he left this body, all his suffering that he felt when he was alive is like gone, right? But the wound that he left us, it's hard to heal, especially the wound that he left on his family's heart. It's hard, you know. I don't know if they can really heal from that, because I know I will not heal from that, uh, because it's hard to just like imagine. But then on the other way, right, I see it like how he's so brave to do this, it's not a coward action, because you need a lot of bravery to be able to do this, And I was like, wow, it's just like crazy if we see that from other perspective, because sometimes people say like, it's coward to do that. Like you give up on life, because I feel that also, like, oh, why you do that? Like you give up on life, right? But then I wouldn't do that because I'm not strong enough, I'm not brave enough to do that. But yeah, we can always see this thing from different perspective, and yeah, and we can have a long argument and debate about this, but
Yeah, it goes back and forth forever. Like, yeah, there's so many. You think of all your thoughts are all over the place with
yeah.
suicide, especially, and death in general. So how is Bali with mental health?
Well, a lot of people here, especially the locals, they don't have job because not like basically we live from tourism, right, here in Bali. So no job. There are few suicide cases here in Bali, which is uh, from cultural point of view, and I don't want to talk about religion point of view, because in religion is always a sin to do this, right? But from cultural also, Balinese, they never do this, because when one of their family member did this, they have to do a lot of offerings, cleaning, everything, and it costs a lot of money just to just like preparing the offerings and this. But at least I heard 3 or 4 suicide happen like until like this year. Yeah, because of the situation,
Yeah.
like their money financial situation, and mostly because of the financial situation.
That's so hard. And so what does the offering look like for people that have never been to Bali?
uh, it's a lot of flowers, and they make like what the what we say that the basket, something
Yeah,
like that,
basket. Yeah.
from from the palm leaves. They make it, and they make it all by hand. They make it, and then they put a lot of offerings, and also they put a lot of fruits, Like, yeah, for like Balinese people, like here we believe in the spirit, like, so we're not only thinking about this relationship between human beings, but also with relationship with the earth, the nature, with the spirit, and the relationship with the universe, or the god, or whatever you want to call it, right? Yeah, this, like, yeah. So yeah, it's just like, like saying sorry, saying this, or like clearing the energy, the bad energy. So it's hard, it's like a huge ceremony that I have to do with someone in the family, in the house, or in the village, like having this decision, had this decision to take their own life. Yeah.
Mm. And
Mhm.
has he come to you in any messages or forms?
No, 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 no. But I always think about him. Sometimes it's just like, in like a small conversation. Oh, if you were still here, this is what happened. He loved football because he came from Spain. The country with this big culture of football. And then there's a huge news today and yesterday happening, a few days ago, happening in Spain. And I was like talking with my friend in Barcelona, and I was like, oh, if he would, you know if he was here, he would cry to see this, what happened. And then it's always like his name always came up in our daily conversation. And I was like, when driving my motorbike to work, always like, oh, if or he came to my mind, just like saying like, oh, why, like, why? And sometimes the question of like, he didn't want like one more meal with me, he didn't want to have one more laugh with me, and then I say like, he didn't want like one more fight with me. Because we were like so close that our friendship full with color, like, we're not only like, oh yeah, I love you, I support you, like this, but also like, hey, come on, man, you cannot do this, like, sometimes like, I hate you, something like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because for me, when we can have this kind of uh, interaction, relationship, then this person become the real friend, because we stick together through ups and downs of this relationship, right? So yeah.
That's beautiful. It's so hard, especially during this
Yeah,
time too. It's like you really have to sit with all the feelings. You can't escape them, and so it's, yeah, it must be
yeah,
really hard. And is the government there like doing anything to help with mental health or the financial situation?
yeah. Yes, we have few organization to support the mental health, but not like in Western countries, when mental health is very important, and uh, going to see psychiatrists or psychologists is normal, like normal in Western world. But here it's not normal. If we go to see the professional, they will think we are crazy, that we need to go to this, I don't know, the crazy like that. But yeah, nowadays many organizations that they just like telling people like, no, this is okay, this is something that happened because of this. So now, like, the locals, the young generation, the locals young generation, they understand, okay, which is, this is okay, this happen, we can go and seek help. We can go to see a professional and do this, But of course, the senior generation, they still have this square mind of like, no, you cannot do this, But also still the shame, if you need to go and seek help, it's a shame, not for the individual but also for the family. So they try to keep it in a box, like not to showing to the outside, to just like keep it, because this is what really happened actually.
Oh, that makes me, that's so sad. I'm like, no, mental health is so important. But I'm super happy that the younger generation is starting to shift that, and people are coming to light with like, that's such a huge part of our being. Like we're not just physical bodies. And so
And a lot of campaign for like taking care of your mental health is important as taking care of your physical health, So hopefully it's going to shift very soon, hopefully.
yes. Well, you're making a difference with your yoga and your massage. Like it's taking care of yourself. So that's so good.
Yeah.
And what was the last random act of kindness someone did for you?
I feel that we need to use our ability to help others, wherever we are in our path of life, right? And also being present for your friends and family is very important. It means that when you talk to them, like really listen and understand, because sometimes we hear them but we don't understand, we listen to them but then our mind going somewhere else. But just like really taking a moment to just listen and be present for them, just by being a support like this, we can change we need to start from home, right? We cannot just like go and then scream it, in social media, wants to say like, I want to save the world, like, yes, you can, but first taking care of like yourself and people around you, and to just like listen to them. And of course, in many places in the world right now, it's hard because of the situation to give hug. But if you able to hug someone, just like hug them. But then when you hug them, really mean it, It's not just like, okay, I'm hugging you, but really like, yeah, I'm hugging you. I'm hugging you from my heart, It's very important.
Yes.
Very
Hugs are my favorite thing. I love hugs.
Me too. I was like, oh, if I hug, I just like take a moment to just like maybe breathe together, just like, feeling the heartbeats and like really.
So beautiful. Thank you so much. If someone would want to work with you or find you, where can they go?
They can go to my Instagram. It's Sheryl Saraswati. With a weird spelling of Saraswati. It's not a normal spelling. But we are friends on Instagram, so they can find me through you. Thank you so much to invite me to be part of your amazing project. And I hope to see you very soon.
I hope so too. Yes. And are you offering anything online, any classes or anything, or all in person right now?
Not right now, but me and my other friends. Maybe you remember Monique? Yes.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know with who I came to teach acro yoga in your trainings, but my acro yoga partner, Hayden, three of us were planning to do a 300 hours teachers training. So it's advanced training to dive deep into your teaching, authenticity of yourself in teaching. This is what we're preparing. Now we just like put it in the oven and hopefully we can share it to the world very, very soon.
Yay. Well, everyone will keep tuned in, and yeah, we'll be excited for when you launch that. So thank you again. Thank you for being so vulnerable and so open.
Thank you.